lost. I'm waiting here, huh?
FBI, you might want to stay out of this, all right, sir? Excuse me, sir, ma'am, please, back off. All right, I need 8 double tall.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. This is the Hot Toys Wizard disguised as the real Empire, baby. Right here. And listen, some of you that are talking about that Hot Toys is through with 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi releases for 2023, I find your lack of faith disturbing. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Cause what you gonna do?
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when the evil Empire and Darth Vader and all this stuff and everything else run out again?
I think the Hot Toys Wizard may have had a little too much spice in the side of death sticks before he came to speak to us there.
You want to give us some death sticks? I mean, look, we got a new player here, Brent. Not just, I don't know where TK FOMO is, but we've just got introduced recently to Darth FOMO. And listen, he's making a point. It's December 4th, and still no sign of Captain Solo or Commander Skywalker or anything from the Return of the Jedi 40th before the darn New Year. What's going to happen, Brent? You are the newsman. What's the news? What's the news?
Well, first and foremost, may the December 4th be with you.
I love it. May the December 4th be with you. Yes.
May the December 4th be with you. Brother cousins, may the December 4th be with you.
Space Pimp, baby. Space Pimp in the house.
I don't know. Well. I'm running out of faith. I don't think Yoda's going to be able to raise the X-wing out of the mudbox, man.
What about Darth FOMO? Can he do something?
I just don't think it's going to happen. I think we're down to the nitty-gritty here, and I think we've officially seen all we're going to see of the 40th. I think it's the removable helmet Vader, and it's the Salacious Crumb 3PO. I think that's all we're going to get. I do think we're going to get one, maybe two more Ahsoka figures before the end of the year. Sure, one more.
I think we would trade two of those for two of the others.
I think we're gonna get a Balin or an Ezra Bridger before the end of the year. I think one of those two is gonna drop. I think it's gonna happen before the 31st, but I just don't see at this point. It's just so far beyond the thought process of the five of us. I think that they've moved on, and it's too bad. It's in many ways. I think the opportunity was missed. There's only 1/40th, and there's only about 25 days left of it, 26 days, and I feel the sand slipping through the hourglass real fast on it.
Ooh, yeah.
You guys, what did they throw a New Year's bomb at us? A New Year's Eve bomb.
A New Year's Eve bomb. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe an artisan Qui-Gon.
Always a bigger fish.
Only thing I have to say, get the hot combs ready.
We're talking about all this artisan stuff.
And that's the next generation of collectors. That's all they're going to do. Is there's always a bigger fish for Qui-Gon, and you're going to be TikTok there, so they're going to know that's the big fish Jedi. They're going to know Philodella is like the big hair princess, and just so on and so forth.
Well, where's my Kit Fisto, Lane?
The Fishman Jedi? Yeah, he's
Well, listen.
He's busy becoming calamari for Emperor Palpatine.
If we got no 40th and we got no more artisan the end of the year, but they gave us a die cast of one of these. I think I'd be happy filling up table 3.
You are a bold one.
Hey man, I'm just happy seeing that animated Spider-Man that they're doing. I don't care if it's Spider-Man. That is totally 90s animated, even though they're not officially calling it. It's like Amazing Spider-Man. That is totally inspired by the 90s animated Spider-Man. So you got to be a specific age for that figure to get it. But
well, what if they cross over because Disney owns it and we get a Venomized, speaking of Spider-Man in a way, Grievous. Anyway, I got to go to Brother Cousins right here. Brother Cousins, as I move around the panel. Brent, good to have you in here. Good points. I am feeling from the crystal ball. I do have the wizard juice. I've got plenty of freaking spatchka. I think we're going to get blown out here, and I think we're going to get more Ahsoka, but I really do think we're going to get some OT heat. Space Pimp, what do you say, and what's going on? Welcome.
I'm glad to be here. Sorry I was a little bit late. My computer's doing a massive update right now. That's why I'm on my phone right now. But can you guys hear me well?
I can hear you, baby.
Perfect. No, you know what? Brent has an interesting point. I mean, I do think we're going to get more Ahsoka figures. They kind of pretty much let us know right off the break, right off the bat that, hey, they got more coming. So I hate to say it, but yeah, I mean, with the 40th anniversary, they may just be done. And the only reason I would consider that is because we got so many Return of the Jedi figures already. We got to look at it. We got like 2 Lukes. We got the Luke and Wicked set. We have a lot already from that movie. So it does suck that the fact that they only gave us 2 figures. Maybe they could have gave us a few more. It would have been nice if they gave us 2. I don't understand why they didn't do a Bush Leia. I don't understand why they didn't do that. That just seems like a figure that that would have been easy for them to do. Some Gamorrean guards. Come on, if we look at the Hasbro line, the Hasbro line went in this year with those figures. They gave us Gamorrean guards. They gave us Abash Bush Leia. They gave us, a lot. They gave us a lot from that line. Now, you would think that Hot Toys would pick some of those, but I don't know why they're not. Who knows? But yeah, it does look like they kind of moved on. They moved on to the Ahsoka line, and that Ahsoka line looks amazing. So I do think we're going to get a couple more figures before. At least I don't think we're going to get Balin. I don't think we're gonna get that right. I think that's gonna be. I think it's gonna wait for that.
You don't think so?
I think we're gonna hold on. I think we're gonna get it, but not right now. I think we'll get Balin and Shin, but I don't think we're gonna see them. I think they're still working on those sculpts. I see them, but Ezra Bridger, I really think they got Ezra.
They got to do Ezra from that show, guys.
Absolutely. I think that's gonna be the next one announced.
Yeah, good points. Jay, and before we keep going on to the rest of the panel, let's go to some of these comments in here and say hi. Charlie the Unicorn's in the house. Let me know what table you're at, and we'll see. We'll take votes, and maybe we'll fill you up. Maybe I'll just fill you up. I'll fill everyone up. Balin and Shin 2-pack. Wow, that's a bold one. But you do have to wonder, Charlie. Is this what they call you?
They call him the Wizard.
Blake is in the house. Good evening, Aries and all. What is up? Eric says, guys, we need a Kit freaking Fisto. I'm right with you. And my man, the Beskar Kid, says, I appreciate what we got for the 40th. Rather than dwell on what we didn't get, I've got some thoughts on all of that, baby. And Dale is in the house. What is up back at you? And Yo Mo, what is going on? We'll see something for the 40th before the end of the year. Well, if that's true, baby, this is exactly what I'm going to do. I do. I feel it. I feel the power of the Force coming in for sure. We have got Laura in the cantina who says, like button, Smashed. Yeah, girl. That's what I am talking about. Good to have you in here. And of course, the man, the myth, the absolute legend. And he knows what I usually always play, but I think songwriter, we may be getting some of these before too long.
Hot Toys is going into business creating Skeletors.
Well, I freaking buy it. Give me the He-Man line for sure.
I think Mondo, unfortunately, is already killing that in scale right now.
Well, keep putting it in there. Clinton is in the house saying, what is going on, folks? What is up at you? The force is strong with these collectors, with the blurred dad life. Of course, Renz is in the house. And if I'm missing you, keep going on in here. We'll get to you. But Lane's sticking with you. What's up, baby? Welcome to the 6-Scale Cantina.
Hey, I'm excited to be here with all the guys. Of course, Brother Cousins, the newsman, and the second brother back. Hopefully, we'll see maybe Leia a little bit later tonight, too.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I'm all locked in because I got a Grand Inquisitor getting unboxed tonight. And
nice.
I'm so excited. I really have a scary feeling I'm going to get him and be just like, oh, my gosh, this Inquisitor is so cool, even though he was really stupid in the show. And I'm gonna be like, oh, I gotta buy Reva now because I gotta.
Is it more scary than this guy?
Well, no. Now, see, we really like if there's probably any character. Now, I know we were already talking about with anniversaries and stuff. It seems Hot Toys seems to put their foot in their mouth. But we haven't had a ton of Revenge of the Sith, unlike Return of the Jedi. But the top one they got to do is the Palpatine stir, like Revenge of the Sith. Like either if it's we never have gotten. We haven't gotten a movie. We haven't got a movie version of the Emperor using his lightsaber. We got to get that. Like we need that.
Oh yeah,
or
that whole freaking movie.
Agree.
Yeah,
totally agree.
He would be easy to pack. You have the pre-barbecue face and the post-barbecue barbecue special.
Dude, I gotta answer you though about Howard. I think Howard is laughing like the Emperor right at us because he knows what he's got in the big pipeline, baby.
Well, and this year for Hot Toys just in general. I think is going to be the first. Now I think they have been overwhelmed from having to, we've been talking the last couple of years, keeping up with all the stuff they need to make figures for. What's interesting, I think next year, 2024 is going to be a year where really Howard Chan and Hot Toys are really going to have to use their own creative juices because they are for the first time in a long time, not necessarily going to be like, oh my God, here's 50 things flying at our face. We have to Disney expects us to make figures from at least like 85% of this, whatever the content is. So they may have some work. They may have to be more creative for the first time in a long time. They didn't have to be creative for 40th anniversary this year because they already had 70 announcements, or I'm sure Cousins will point out before the end of the year on one of his streams how many total announcements, or Sith-Scale Mafia will say, here's the total number for the entire year they announced. They're not going to have a ton of Marvel. They're not going to have a ton. I mean, there's no DCEU. There's that's gone next year,
right.
The 2025. Right. So this may be a positive for them though. They got to be creative to figure out what they're going to make for their different licenses. Maybe it gives them a little bit more freedom to do some stuff. What we were talking about, if next year was the 40th anniversary, maybe they would have some more freedom to choose some different things they wouldn't normally try and do, or do a little bit limited run thing. So this could be from a creative standpoint, and them but they're going to have to use their brain power this year to really figure out what they want to do and what are they going to take chances on? What are they going to play safe with? So I think next year for announcements and new figures could be the most interesting in years where we don't really know what's going to come. It's not there's 3 TV shows and 3 movies for Marvel and 2 or 3 TV series from Star Wars where we know in theory, we should be getting at least a couple figured from each one. That may make us have more fun, as content creators, because you guys can estimate and play around more to see what's coming.
So I could finally Lane and we'll get second brother back in a minute. I think he had some
baby, with the Hot Toys issues. Wizard 6 scale.
Well, he could
be coming.
Well, how about my quarter scale Kylo freaking Ren, Lane?
Out of the sky!
All fighters.
I think the one thing I can say safely is if you're counting on a Rey or Kylo Ren quarter scale figure from Hot Toys sequel trilogy, that is the one thing I can safely say is more likely to get thrown into the rancor pit for 1,000 years to be digested slowly than Howard Chan to be putting that out for pre-order for $650. I think I'm safe in saying that. Brother Cousins, he's always the optimist, but he's the optimist man in the Star Wars newsman who is always up there with Mark Hamill and all the inside Joker and Luke Skywalker Jedi Academy 2024 news. He always got the inside track on that stuff.
No, I agree with you. I totally agree. I don't think that's
the one thing that
yeah, I don't think that's coming.
I mean, is there a better chance? Because I think we were all thirsty because
there's a better chance of Slave Leia. A Slave Leia.
No, well, listen, that's coming. But is there a better chance? How about this, Lane?
You're delicious.
Ciao, boys.
Now, I would put you guys
Spaceballs line.
I would put your guys' feet to the fire. If there was a space, now it would be a very limited thing because there's not a ton of because that movie's like almost 38 years old or 35 years old or something.
Well, freaking A New Hope is going to be 50 years old soon.
Yeah, dude. I know. But if they did a limited Spaceballs run of 6 scales figures, they did Lone Star, Barf, Lord Helmet. I forget the Colonel's character's name.
All right. Well
yeah,
I'd get them.
I know. We would.
Brent, would you get the Spaceballs? Some of them or any of them?
I probably would have to. Yes.
Star Wars.
It's just like I would have to get some of the Macquarie line. If they ever made the Macquarie figures, I'd have to get some of those. But
so you could be like
classics.
So newsman, you could be not only the Star Wars newsman, but you'd be like the Spaceballs newsman.
Absolutely, yes.
He'd be the Spaceball One frontline reporter.
And as I go to second brother, I see you back. First of all, how are you doing? But if they did do Spaceballs, would you get any of those figures?
Dark Helmet. You got to get Dark Helmet.
You know what? Spaceballs was kind of, for me, love and hate at the same time.
I know.
When I saw Rick Moranis, and let me tell you, I pretty much worshiped Darth Vader growing up. But seeing Rick Moranis, I instantly hated that movie. I had to grow to love it when I got older. I'm like, how dare you defame Darth Vader in such a way?
Yes. I know. I did kind of feel that way a little bit when I first saw it. I did. I can't breathe in this thing. I got to get that clip. Why don't I have that clip? I can't breathe in this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh. I do have this though, so I'll have to play this as I fill up Table Oblivion.
Everything that happens now is happening now.
What happened to then?
We passed then.
When?
Just now. We're at now.
Go back to then.
When?
Now.
Now?
Now.
I can't.
Why?
We missed it.
When?
Just now.
I still think it's amusing that totally Mel Brooks made sure to write a scene that he was going to be in a bedroom with twins.
Actually, I just found out, Lane, that the Book of Boba Fett 2, that
oh God. It's Mandalorian season 3.5, four episode miniseries.
Because when you speak it, it'll come to being. So don't.
Thanks, Aries. Time to party.
I really wasn't even setting myself up to do that. But if OG Fan is in the building, we do got to fill up table 2 with must get all Boba Fett's.
I'm Boba Fett. I'm here to see the mayor. Boba Fett. Do you have an appointment?
Damn, Boba. You know, whatever you want to say, damn, for whatever he wasn't wearing his helmet too much or something. Damn, did Tamora Morrison when he was like wearing the helmet in full armor there just look so awesome as Boba Fett. That's what makes the figure so great. Doesn't matter which one you get, poop, repaint, or the Book of Boba version. Man, he just looked so good.
He doesn't need an appointment, and you don't need an appointment for 6 scale Raw. It's time for the intro. It's time to get your jazz shoes on. It's time to rock and roll. Let's go ahead and dive into whatever the heck we're going to talk about.
Make sure we're going to see Second Brother getting down while he unboxes his figure.
Well, Lane, you can do it with me. Right now. Play, baby. Yeah, it just gets you in the mood. It just gets you in the mood. Welcome everybody to 6 Scale Raw. What you gonna do when Howard Chan puts out some original trilogy figures before the end of the year? On you? Look, I don't understand why, Brent Newsman, that we have not received yet any Disney 100 Star Wars figures yet. Forget about 40th. We haven't even received much of the 20th anniversary of the Clone Wars. But, when you put these figures out, Newsman, and I'm going to try and share this on the screen. If I could go to it and blow this baby up as we talk about it. Look, man, doesn't even have a head sculpt, and it just ended. And this is a Disney 100 Iron Man, $600 when they're rare. They don't have a whole lot, and this came out. It's a Disney 100. Why, Brent? Not a Disney 100 Star Wars yet, or have they saved perhaps the best for last? I don't know. Could we be getting a Disney 100? Look, now listen, I know you watch football. I know you've watched all the different trailers from Disney. They have a lot of Star Wars in their 100 little clips, but no Disney 100 Star Wars yet. Is there a Boba? Is there a Mando? Is there a Vader? Is there a Luke? Is there a Leia? Is there a TK FOMO? Any freaking thing for a Disney 100. Go, baby.
Is there an Artisan Bespin Han Solo? Right, Aries?
Oh, God.
I did it, didn't I? I went there on you, didn't I?
You had to bring it to Han? I mean...
I don't know why they haven't. It's right there, isn't it? It's right there for the taking. It seems like they've checked all the other boxes. Here's this one right here. You're putting it right here in our face. D100 version, and we haven't gotten a Star Wars yet. And again, there's only one 100 anniversary, and, we haven't gotten it yet. So what would it be? It's
the Arsenio Hall show, by the way.
It's
love it.
It's just another head scratcher. And again, I mean, we've got some time here for that to happen, but we're running out. And if you're going to do it and you're waiting till the last, it better be good, right? It better
be good.
Off, right? It better be a showstopper. Don't you think?
I mean, we've gotten Marvel for the 100, okay, right? And honestly, we just had. I'll see if I can pull the link up here too, newsman, and put this link up in here. We've also had a Warner Brothers 100 anniversary as well, and I'll put this up. And a lot of people have watched, my market show lately, and here's a new one where another one just sold for $600 of these Gal Gadot Wonder Woman Warner Brothers 100, which is going, $600 and more. Jay, brother cousins, why isn't there Warner Brothers 100? You got DC. How much money did Disney invest in Star Wars? Not a whole lot, but we know Star Wars sells like freaking mad. Madhouse, Space Pimp, Madhouse. The data's out there. I feel a little disturbance in the forest, like it's coming. It's just not there yet. But I feel like there's a few weeks. Maybe it's not Return of the Jedi 40th Space Pimp is what I'm trying to say. Maybe we're not going to get any Return of the Jedi 40th. I honestly think, because Newsman brought up the freaking Han Solo, I actually think we may get Bespin Han. I think we may get a New Hope Leia, or we may get a freaking Bespin Luke again, because they've already got the head sculpted. Like, hey, by the way, I know you guys are all buying DX24 and 25, but here's a rooted hair version. Go, Jay.
Well, I think we're going to see that. I think we're definitely going to see an Artisan Star Wars figure, another Artisan Star Wars figure very soon. I could definitely see an Artisan Leia. I could see an Artisan Luke. I could see any of the Artisans being from A New Hope line. We know the 50th anniversary is right around the corner, so 2.0s are inevitable. It's gonna happen, And yes, this right here, seeing this in like our Artisan would be the way to go. I think a lot of people would lose their shit for this, so
they would. I mean, and I picked Jay and keep going, but I picked this picture on one of my banners last week because it almost kind of like doesn't that kind of almost set you up like like the way they did the flamboyant hair with that Anakin with the Artisan, right? Kind of this would be freaking and this is Bespin Space Pimp. This isn't Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, the thing is, I was like, where did this come from? Because it almost looks like an Artisan. It looks like
it's like, oh, here it is, baby.
I was like, where did you get this?
I drew it. It was the wizard juice.
That's that damn wizard juice, man. Yeah, this looks great. I mean, if you put this up, and this was an Artisan, I think a lot of people would lose. Now, here's the bad thing about it. People are hungry and starving for Han. We only got like 3 history. We have the New Hope.
Wait,
Han.
Hold on. I got to put him back in here.
We got the New Hope. Yeah, we are. Am I here? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I thought you dropped out. Now you're back.
Okay. So we got 3 Hans. We have the New Hope Han. We have Grumpy Old Man Han, and we got the Stormtrooper. You only have 3 Han Solo figures. So if they give us a Han Solo and they make it an Artisan and they do this limited shit, that's going to piss a lot.
Dude, I want to talk about that. Listen, guys, if they did this and it looks like this picture here, honestly, I don't even think, all respect to Anakin, I can't wait to get that figure. And that went out, a 3,000 that, 4,000 to Heath Ledger that went out almost the same time. I don't think 3,000 or 4,000 of this is enough. But I think that's all they'll put out, Jay.
Yeah, on Artisan. They got to find another way, or at least give a sculpted option, like they did with the Wanda, with the in-game Wanda Maximoff. That's what I think they'll have to do with it.
Do you think they would do more? Is it possible that they would be like, okay, look, we're going to do 5,000 or 6,000? Would they do that? Do you think they would do that with some of these coming out?
I don't know why they don't. Honestly, it's to me, it's them leaving money on the table. I don't understand why they got to cap it at a number of 3,000. I don't get that. I don't know what kind of weird. I mean, honestly, to be quite honest with me, I think all these numbers are phonies and phonies can be. To be quite honest with you, I do. Until we get
You
that
know
first
what?
artisan. Until we get that first artisan that has like a serial number on it, then we'll know. If it has a number, if this number, then we'll be like, okay, then
I'm
we know.
sorry.
But I
It's
think
too
it's
many
funny.
of them out there floating around. And that price, what was it retail for originally? And people said it's selling $200. I think what was like 400 guys for that Wonder Woman.
Yeah, it was
What
400.
which one?
The 100.
The 100. Yeah, it was about 400.
Yes, 400. Now it's
400.
selling 600. I just had it
So
up. Yeah.
it's selling for like 6. So you got to think about it now. The economy is probably one factor in those sales. But for a figure that's supposed to be limited like that, and it's just going up a bit, and it's only pulling $600, and I've been seeing too many of them floating around for so-called limited. So, that's real suspect. But how's it to prove it's no serial numbers? So, piggyback.
No, you get and big bro, you got a big point on that because if it was really that limited, that $600 would have been more like $1,500. Honestly, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Something like that. So you're right. The numbers aren't they're really not making any sense.
Well, and I just don't think. I mean, I would just lose my crap if they artisan this Han. I mean, I really would. The thing is, if I'm in that damn freaking queue system, Jay, if I'm in that and I don't get it, like I got the Joker, because I didn't get the Han. So I mean, the freaking Anakin. But I'm getting it, no matter what. Just like I got the freaking Gal Gadot Wonder Woman behind me. I'm gonna get the freaking Anakin. But I'm on the wait list for that thing, and I'll be honest with you, Jay, I wouldn't be surprised if it converts.
Don't be surprised. I mean, don't be surprised. Iron Man converted for me. So
really, wow.
And with that Wonder Woman second brother, I was on the wait list and I already got it, so I didn't get it. It actually converted. It was a month ago. I was like, or like 3 weeks ago. I was like, whoa, you're kidding me. And then
really?
I didn't do it. Yeah, it did. It really freaking did.
Oh wow.
It did.
Wow.
And it begs the question. It begs the question again. How limited is it really limited? So,
well, I mean, I would just lose it out here. Hey, everybody watching the market show, we've got a guest. We've got Lael. Lael is in the house.
What's up, brother?
What's going on, man? How you doing? Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you too. I'm just making sure everybody got their Christmas list together because Santa Bro is coming.
Ooh, does that mean I get a dinner stuff from Lael?
Santa Bro's coming to town.
It ain't from me. You get it from second brother.
Well, only thing I can say to you, sir, I was in there bent over putting in lights in the ground. When I saw that, I was like, well, I'd be damned. But I would say this. You've been firing shots all summer and all fall. So
did you see the latest, though? You didn't see the latest?
Oh, I didn't see the latest.
You tagged in it.
Oh man! Oh god! You know what? I do it off air because this will take up the show area, man.
Nah, what's going on, man? How's everybody doing though?
We're doing so good. We're I don't know. We're talking about. Well, I just gotta play this now, Lael. I just gotta play this.
Half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder.
You know what?
Yeah, go ahead, go.
I'm learning.
Talk to me. Talk to me,
bro. I'm learning not to have any expectations on what Hot Toys decides to do.
They're so hard to freaking predict, brother.
I'm learning.
I'm learning. They're hard to predict. Why? Let me ask you this, because this is how we even started with Hot. Because Newsman brought up Hot because I was asking him. Look, we got Warner Brothers 100 stuff. We got Disney 100 stuff. Last I checked, Lael, didn't Disney buy Star Wars? Don't they own the intellectual property. It's interesting. We didn't get any yet. Now they show Grogu, Mandu, they show Star Wars stuff in their clips. We didn't get a Hot Toys Disney 100. Talk to me,
bro. Look, this is what I will say. Second brother, I know you saw it too. It's funny, ain't it? But anyway,
you know what? I had to bow to you on that one. That was damn. That was good.
So what I'm saying is, so here's the thing, bro. Like, just you know what, go into all of this with lowered expectations, so that if nothing comes, you have nothing to worry about. Be optimistic, but go into it with very low expectations. I mean, Force Friday is around the corner. It'll be here soon, right?
Yeah.
So Force Friday will be here. You know, there's a lot of Star Wars to talk about around that time.
I thought it passed. Is it still upcoming?
It should be upcoming, right? Because this is only the first week. I don't think Force Friday passed yet.
For some reason, I thought it was the freaking first.
Nah, Force Friday, bro. I think it didn't happen yet, because there hasn't been no talk, no nothing about it yet. So that hasn't happened. But here's my thing though. What was that? Okay, so we have Ahsoka that, you know, pretty much they're releasing figures left and right. We're going to definitely see an Artisan dark side Anakin. I'm telling you that right now. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's bound to happen. As good as they were, and the money that they basically received on those pre-orders for that light side Anakin, they'd be stupid and foolish not to do that, especially capitalizing on everything that we actually saw from Ahsoka. So that would be stupid. But here's the thing, and this is what I keep going back to this, bro, and I hate to be that person. I really hate to be that person. But if we think about it, the only thing, honestly, right now that would make sense, that is of value, and on top of that, that is popular for them, because remember, we can say everything that we want them to release, but it's a popularity game, popular opinion, what's talked about the most. So what's popular right now is Han Solo and Chewie from Jedi. That's popular, right? Now, I know a lot of people are talking about Leia Bausch, but again, we think it's popular, but it's not as popular as what they would believe. And I'm not saying that they won't do it, but I'm just saying they're going out. It's a popularity contest for them at this moment. Plus, they're looking at the fact that they gave us what? 1, 2, 3 Lukes, Return of the Jedi Lukes. It was the special edition. It was the regular version, and it was also the one from Endor. So they gave us that. They gave us Leia. They gave us Wicket. They gave us the Scout Troopers. They gave us Emperor Palpatine. They gave us the Imperial Guards. They even gave us more Stormtroopers. They gave us Vader. They're about to give us Vader. You know what I mean? Yeah. So again, if you think about it, it's what's popular for them. You know what I mean? What they basically think is popular. So they already know that Han is popular. Now, again, I'm just saying, I'm not even saying that that's what they're going to give us, bro. Because again, if you lower those expectations, because we may not see it at all. If we see it, then just be surprised and be happy at it. You know what I mean? That's just where I'm at, because I'm not giving them any type of slack as far as saying, okay, well, there's a high part. I'm telling you, bro, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting to see what and I'm not even going to speculate and say anything of what I think. I'm just saying, I'm just waiting to see what they're going to do and what move they're going to make, because they already got the license for Harrison Ford. They released that, that Indiana Jones, and we found out that it wasn't basically because of his likeness, because that man got money and bank for that likeness. It wasn't because of that. It was because of that damn bag. They got that fixed up, and that's straightened out. So they released it. So again, they have the likeness. They renewed the license for his likeness. So we might get a Han. It's just a matter of when. If we don't get it this year, do not be surprised, because you want to get this month. Don't be surprised if we don't get it this month.
They may be goose egg. And you're right. And remember, we got 4 Attack of the Clones in December last year. But you're right. We may actually get nothing. You know what's funny though, Al? It's really funny to me. Whenever they come out with these classic OT characters, like when they did that freaking DX24, DX25 Bespin Luke. And there was so much stuff going on with other IPs and things. And yet that OT figure just was #1 for 2 freaking months. And people went insane. And we already had a DX07 from a long time ago, from yesteryear, and it still did. I mean, I just feel like they have data, Lael, that when these type of characters come out, that it just stirs the pot and brings excitement. And I wonder if there's just a plan. It would be odd to me if they didn't capitalize, especially with opportunities with all these anniversaries.
I don't
Again,
know, bro.
Disney 100, Return of the Jedi. Go ahead.
I don't know.
I think Leo has a point. I think definitely Leo has a big point because the thing of it is, Hot Toys likes to retread ground that they already paved. They've done this several times, and another Han and Chewie 2-pack. I could definitely see them do it now, especially with the paint application, especially with the hair applications and everything that they can do now. Why wouldn't they do it? Especially when we look at Return of the Jedi line, we have so many from that line already. They could just put those 2 figures out. I'm like, okay, we're done. That's the 40th anniversary, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. It does kind of suck. But that doesn't mean that they can go back and jump around. They'll be like, even though y'all mad about that, here's Han and Chewie, and a brand new Han and Chewie 2-pack. You think people gonna be mad? People would lose their shit, and that would cause a buzz and a stir in the community. So
And that's what I'm saying. Like they might, bro. Oh, yo, Jay, they can F around and say, "Oh, we're gonna give you a 2.0 New Hope Han and Chewie." They could.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, if they did that, would
I
people?
think you got a good point. Yep.
Would people be pissed off if they did that? Hell no. They would get it. They would get it, bro. Especially for people who didn't get a chance to get it before. If they did that as a 2.0, yeah, people probably be like, "Oh, it's not Return of the Jedi, but it's New Hope and it's classic." And I bet you any amount of money, people would get it.
Well, those are old now, Lael, too. And I mean,
yeah,
it's a little bit older, but the DX07 was way back, and they repeated that.
Exactly.
So they could do it.
Yep.
And that's a major. And let's face it. That 2-pack is a major grail. We know that. That's a grail. But they've been doing grail killers for years. But what they've been doing grail killers, but they've been doing it with a twist. Like if you look at the Bespin Luke, that's with a twist. They didn't give us a straight up 2-pack. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to think, how would they do this Han and Chewie 2? If they did decide to do a Han and Chewie 2-pack, how would they do it? How would it differ from what we already got? Because it's like they give us more of the same, but they take something away too, just to try to keep the value of the old one still intact.
Let's throw something up in there that would really stir the pot and would be out of the box for Hot Toys to do. What if they do a 3-pack where they turn around would do an Empire Han with Chewie with a 3PO that comes apart?
There's a first time for everything to be innovative. Like I think that's a good idea.
I would buy it for $1,000. I just put it out there. I would buy that for $1,000.
So let me ask you what's reasonable on that, because I actually think a second brother, Eamon, that's reasonable, and I think paying a price for that, of $700-800 is reasonable too.
$820 easy.
I would pay it. I wouldn't have a problem.
$820 easy, especially if they give us the light up feature for C3 for 3PO. If they would give us movement, or even if they gave us just like a speaking, like him, like when he was if they did something like that, it would be it'd be crazy.
It doesn't even have to be diecast. I'm still good.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be diecast at all, bro.
No, it doesn't have to be diecast.
No, and
it doesn't have to be diecast
classic.
at all. Yeah.
And wow, that would be
that'd be incredible.
Yeah,
that would be incredible. Sure. But and again, if it's not Return of the Jedi, but they did that, would people be mad? No.
What if they do it Artisan? Because now people are clamoring for Chewbacca with better hair. I think that with something like that,
they can do a Chewie, but honestly, bro, and I know y'all were talking about this earlier, I don't know if I see them doing a Han Artisan.
Really? Talk to me.
And the reason why, bro, is because again, it's the artisan figures that they've done thus far have had longer hair.
Right.
Like literally have had longer hair. With that Han Artisan, even though it, he has this little moosed up, haircut, what I mean? Like, still, I don't basically see them. I don't know. If anything, it would be better hair for Chewie.
Yeah.
It would probably be better hair
Chewie's-
for Chewie. Yeah, what I
And
mean?
even
It
the
would
hair
probably
we
be
have-
something that, yeah.
And even the hair we have for Chewie right now, the little fabric hair, I mean, it does the job. You know what I'm saying?
Well, my
I kinda
Chewie,
agree with it.
it's holds up.
It would
It's
work.
dope.
It would
Mine too.
work for
Mine
this
too.
Lail, but it's not like as long as Anakin's. It's certainly not freaking Elizabeth Olsen or like Aquaman. I put that
Yeah.
on one of my banners.
Yeah.
That would be like, whoa.
I mean,
The hair-
it would work, but I mean, at the same time, like literally, there would have to be massive treatment for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just to kind of keep it in place. I mean, I'm not saying that they couldn't and they wouldn't, but I just don't think it's likely, to be quite honest.
I kind of agree because it's like they're so good. The sculpt, they're so damn good with sculpted hair right now. And even when we looked at what InArt has done with the Cavill Superman, that doesn't. Well, it's one piece of it that's rooted, but it's the sculpting is so fine and so good.
Yeah,
It
it's
really
just
isn't needed.
the little
Yeah.
thing it's like a little bang, right?
Yeah.
J
Yeah.
on the front.
Right. Exactly. Like it wouldn't.
But didn't they do the new Batman though? Or is that sculpted, or did they do the new doesn't he have like hair like this? The new, you know what I'm talking about? The new
Who
Batman.
Pattinson?
Yes.
And you know what? And you have a point. But InArt would do it. I don't know if Hot Toys would do it. That's what I'm saying. InArt would basically more like if they had the license, they would do it. I don't know if Hot Toys would do that because again, we have a Pattinson from Hot Toys. It's not It's not an artisan version. It's still sculpted hair. You know what I mean? Both versions are still sculpted. So I don't necessarily know. You know what I mean? And again, I don't want to put it out there to say that it's not necessarily possible, because it is possible. But would they dip in and do that? You know what I mean?
It's
I would
more
much more
possible
see
than,
them.
like-
I would much more see them doing an artisan. Honestly, an artisan Leia.
Yeah.
Well, she has the hair, baby.
I would see that.
That's cool.
I
Oh,
would
yeah.
definitely see
Easy.
that. Those
Easy.
artisan buns, I would see that. Like literally, I could see something more like that. But
You know what I was
mean,
thinking the other day, though,
Yeah.
guys? It's like the same line that you were talking about, Leo. Because we're thinking about, Return of the Jedi Leia. I could almost see them taking a Leia that's been out, the A New Hope Leia, or even that Bespin Leia again, or even that Hoth Leia, and being like, hey, here is the artisan for that, and actually not dipping in to one of the new ones yet. I could see them doing that, and it's kind of like what you were talking about with this, or going back. Well, here's the Han going back to that Anakin. And I actually think you're right. I thought about this the other day, and I don't know what you guys all think, but I put this in my market show. Why didn't they come out with a sculpted version of this? Yet they did a sculpted version of the Joker. They did a sculpted version of the Scarlet Witch. Why did they not do it on here? And really, I don't buy the argument of, well, we still have a Clone Wars Anakin, because we still have how many freaking Scarlet Witches as well. So it doesn't jive with me. I think, is it possible, because they really are going to come out with the dark side version of this, and then maybe when they come out with that, they're like, hey, and also we're going to give a sculpted version, and if you want the sculpted, by the way, and then come out with it then. And then all of a sudden now it's like 12,000, 15,000 runs of these out of nowhere. You know where I'm going with that, Jay and guys? I think I can see them doing that.
I mean, you can even get an artisan Anakin from the Ahsoka line. We can get that towards the end of the year.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly
Easy.
an
Easy.
artisan dark side Anakin. And I'm telling you why, bro, because all right, for instance, that 501st repaint that we got, that's supposed to be coming out soon, you know, between now and March. That 501st repaint that we got from Obi-Wan. And the marketing for that figure was an Anakin hooded. He didn't have his hood off. It was a hooded version, which that was a dark side Anakin too. It wasn't a light side. It was a dark side Anakin, but it was hooded. But after that, we were already speculating that we would see that character or we would see that figure again. What did they do? They gave us an Artisan light side. That's what I'm saying. But I think to answer your question, Aries, I think it was a matter of time. It was the timing. The timing of when they did that and versus the Joker and when all that. I think it was I think it was timing, but you know, they knew right now they didn't. And on top of that, greed. They didn't want to have 2 SKUs for this, bro. They wanted this to be a special event. Like literally. They wanted that to be a special event. They did not want to put out, because the thing is, they were like, okay, people would actually go after that. And there might have been people that were saying, well, if they just release a sculpted version, I'll get that instead and I'll be happy. Hell no. They wanted you to clamor for this. They wanted the stakes to be high. They want people talking about it. They wanted to break the internet. They wanted to break the bank. And that's why they did it. With the Joker, it was more so, again, they know that NART doesn't have the license for Star Wars, but they know that NART has the license for WB. They have the Joker, so what? We're going to capitalize somehow. We'll put out this Artisan Joker. If that doesn't sell, at least we have the sculpted, and we know that people have been waiting for that. So it's a win-win for them. But with this Anakin, they was like, yeah, NART doesn't have this. Let us just basically drop this Artisan version, and yeah, y'all go ahead and try to get it. Plain and simple. What's this going like for, like, seriously right now? Is this even going on the secondary market for, like, is somebody selling theirs?
You know, I don't even pay attention to these, Leo, and I'll tell you why, because they're not even
Toys Wonderland is.
I know, right? because it's not even, so they're trying to sell it on top of it for that higher price, and I have seen those auctions. And people are buying them. It's
I want to see.
It's a winter wonderland up there.
Don't even do that.
I want.
What you say, second brother? I want to show you something real quick. You looking?
Go ahead. And who is while you're showing? Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Let me. Well, dude, I got.
Man, he got the Listerine, man.
Oh, let me try and blow you up. Let me try and blow
Listerine
you up.
with the Tom Cruise.
Where's my solo? I can't see the solo layout. Hold on.
See the Tom Cruise, bro. I got the Tom Cruise head sculpt on that.
Oh, then that is fire right there,
bro. I told you.
Wow.
You gotta get it, bro.
You just sold me, man.
You gotta get it, bro. It's crazy.
I will tell you though, expectations are high for me. I'm going to go against that with Iron Man. I feel like they're going to have another one in 2 days.
Yeah. Hey, I will say this: Leo hyped that figure up big time, but y'all know how I feel about that Listerine Iron Man.
Yeah, bro. I had a plan, and the thing is, I know people, but it's the closest that I would actually get to Superior Iron Man, and that's why I got it. So
it looks good, man.
It is. It looks good in person, bro. It is wintergreen, but it looks good.
Oh, look what Ren says. Artisan Sabine Wren from Ahsoka.
If they did the version before she cut her hair, it's possible. If they were to give us that suit, it is possible.
Yeah,
that's possible.
The episode I liked the least from that entire show.
I would buy that.
I liked her with the long hair. I like that version. You know, as they were building a character. I don't know. I'd buy that. I would get it.
Yeah.
I mean.
If they could even give us, honestly, they could give us an Artisan Shin. They could. They can give us an Artisan Shin. That's something that they could do.
Yes, they could.
I don't think they will do it.
They won't. They could, but they won't. You know why, Jay? Because they like leaving money on the table, bro.
They like leaving money on the table.
They do.
I mean, she's very popular. That's the thing. She's very popular, but I don't think she's there yet. Where it's like Artisan crazy. I could be wrong, but I don't think she's.
No, but you got a point. The popularity is a huge thing. It's a huge thing.
And does and does this matter? Like, and Afraid, if you're going to talk, or go ahead and answer this. Like, because this is a good question. Would you want an artisan on such a new character? Does it matter?
You know what? To be quite honest, I don't care, because the thing is, like, Hot Toys is good with sculpted. They are killing it with sculpted. So if they gave us a sculpted version of that figure, I'd be fine with that. I don't necessarily need an artisan on every figure. I don't.
No, I don't either.
I agree.
I want it on your prime characters.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Now, if they give us an artisan, I'm telling you right now, because I know I have to beat Lane in line to get this one. But if they basically gave us an artisan Black Widow, I am on it. Plain and simple.
Going to happen.
I am
That's
there.
That's going to happen.
There.
That's going to happen, and I think you're going to get. I think the first one that they're going to do. I'm just projecting this, but I really want them to do it from the first Avengers, because that figure needs an update.
Yeah, bro.
And the hair, yes,
sir.
they give us an artisan Black Widow from the first Avengers. I'm all in on it.
They could either give us that from that, or they can give us the artisan from the Civil War. They could do that as well.
Yeah.
They can do that as well.
Absolutely.
Well, and Brent, let me ask you this, because Laura says save the artisans for major prime characters, but they kind of teased Brent, Katie Sackhoff, Bo-Katan. They did, and I'm telling you, it's going to come.
I got my artisan already, baby.
Yeah, you do. It looks good.
I got my artisan already, baby.
So
you already know about that. Thank you, Tina.
Yeah,
I got my artisan,
but
baby.
I feel like, Brent, with that Bo-Katan, they got to release it. You know how like they gave us two, like Joker and Anakin? I feel like if they're going to do Bo-Katan, they better have another one, almost another Star Wars at the same time. I don't know. She sells really good. She was the main character in the Mando 3, really.
If Brent says it, it's going to happen. Trust me. If Brent says it, it's going to happen.
Black magic. I taught you all.
But Brent, I want to ask you on this as we're talking about it, because Leo brought up this point about the dark side Anakin. I really feel like they're going to do it, but I kind of feel that, but maybe they didn't even have the sculpted hair ready. And maybe what Leo was saying too, maybe it was just they wanted it to be just this event. Or maybe it's all of that and the fact that, hey, we made you buy the 3,000. Now, if we come out with Dark Side, you'll definitely buy 3,000, 4,000 of those. And by the way, now we'll pull out sculpted version, and then everyone else will buy another 3 or 4 or 5,000 of those. All of a sudden, there's maybe over 10,000 of these, and they played it right. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I think if they want to do another artisan event for a Star Wars figure, I think we're all ripe for the picking for it. I mean, it's time. I mean, when did this Anakin even drop? I mean, it's been a while now. It's been a minute since we all
it was like a few months ago, guys.
We all had to sweat.
It was like June.
Was it June?
Right?
I mean,
June, July. Yep.
5 or 6 months. I mean, it's time for one of these to drop again. And, I'm not sure dark side Anakin after light side Anakin is what you want to do. I mean, I do agree with all of you that there is going to be a dark side Anakin version. I think that the Bo-Katan certainly is probably maybe the next one up. I mean, she is an incredibly popular character. There could be another one waiting in the wings, but I do believe that we are definitely ready to have another one of these go out there for Star Wars, and I do think it'll be popular. I think it'll absolutely. I think even if they do choose to do a dark side Anakin or an Ahsoka Anakin artisan, I think the popularity will be great, and it'll be high, and I think it'll sell out, and I think it'll do exactly what it did 5 months ago. I think we'll have a repeat performance. I think you can book it.
I want a single songwriter artisan.
Yeah. I do too, because that's a good one, because a lot of times this is what they call the single songwriter.
They call him the Wizard.
Give a single song like a artisan version with a Jedi hood and a Jedi tunic with a guitar. Instead of it being a handle, it's a saber on the guitar. Yeah, that'd be dope. Let's go.
You know, Lane, let me talk to you about Chewbacca here for a second, because
as long as we're not looking at goofy Chewbacca from The Force Awakens.
Oh,
Pomeranian Chewbacca.
Dude,
bro,
I've
he
seen
did look like a puppy, bro. He looked
He
just
look like
like
a
a puppy, bro.
Pomeranian.
Come on, man.
But not as cool as like N209.
He like a puppy,
dude,
bro.
do you know that figure goes for like an incredible amount of money? It
I don't
does.
care. I don't care, man. It looks just that's
articulated jaw.
I mean,
dude,
they did our boy Chewbacca bad with that one. There's no in or buts. And the first one wasn't perfect, but man, it looked like the greatest thing since sliced bread, practically in comparison.
Well, here it is. Here it is, Lane. Sold out, by the way.
This Chewbacca, you know, the original Chewbacca, where I just think doing a fully furry figure, it's just hard in general. It doesn't matter like what scale or size you're trying to make it in, but this one looked like, with how much they improved since this one came out. When did this Chewbacca, guys? Do you guys know when it came out?
Oh,
2016.
Okay,
2015.
God, they've improved so much that even if it wouldn't be 100% perfect, this is a character where they feels like they should redo it, like a new.
I agree. I totally agree.
I mean, I think they should have done one of him for Solo, like, you know, a couple of years back. To me, not having the Solo movie and not having a Chewbacca figure with it was not having a Chewbacca figure when Solo came out, like as part of that line, just feels weird. Where
I agree.
They put out a patrol trooper, which didn't look like a regular stormtrooper. They put the effort into doing that, but not a Chewbacca. That's just kind of strange, man.
Well,
when I got the original, I'm sorry, I was just going to say.
No, go ahead.
When I got the original Chewbacca and the Han and Chewie 2-pack, I just remember looking at it and I thought it was the greatest thing I've ever seen in a 1/6 scale figure, because the figures we got before then was just like, you know, all hard plastic and, you know, just sculpted to make it look like it was, you know, fur or whatever. But the fact that they gave us a full fur body figure was just amazing to me. I still find it to be real amazing. And it'd be nice to see.
And they gave us a little comb too, bro. They gave us an afro comb, like straight up. We got a little comb with that too, bro. I was like, yo, that is incredible. I remember, and here's the thing, bro. When they released it, so the ones that I have, they're not the 2-pack. I got Han and Chewie separate because I missed out on the 2-pack. So I got them separate through Sideshow, and I got them at retail and everything. The only one that I missed out on, the only one that I missed out on at that time was Leia. You know what I mean? I had Obi-Wan, Leia and Luke, you know, which thank God, you know, I have them now to complete them. But you know what I mean? That when I got Han and Chewie, and the only thing because remember, we all had that problem. Those who have it, I thought that if I bent that damn arm, I was gonna break his right arm because it was stiff as all hell. But besides that, I was happy, and still it holds till this day, Jay. It holds up.
They do.
They're beautiful figures. Like, you know, it's definitely decent. So if they did a 2.0, you know what I mean? Still, and I missed out on it, I still have a representation and I still feel good about it. You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
So,
but now they just got to give us. But I'm telling you, everybody's still talking about, yo, they need to give us, you know, Return of the Jedi and all that. Man, I need Bestman Han. I need that so bad. And that's the one that I want so bad, bro. You teased it. You teased it with Leia. Now come through, man.
It's an easy figure
yeah, bro.
It really
easy.
Harrison has said you're going to take your old man Indiana Jones figure and like it.
He probably did. You know that, some bitch.
Yeah, I know.
If I ever went around him and I had my shit in the shirt like Debo was coming.
Yeah. He's too old. He's too old now to be able to bend that and everything like that. So he can't do that to the Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
I played this before you came on, and I want it in quarter scale, and I want it Artisan. I want my quarter scale Artisan Kylo freaking Ren
Out of the sky! All fighters!
Kylo Ren, Force Awakens was the first hot toy figure I ever had. Ever.
Wow.
Dude, but it's nice buying. All they say was for OG fan.
And I still love it. It is a beautiful figure, bro. I don't care what nobody says. I love this Kylo Ren.
Well, I mean, let me put the super chat here from OG Fan when Star Wars was just Star Wars. Says this one a long time have I watched all his life as he looked away
to the future,
the horizon.
And never where he was, what he was doing.
Wow. And I would normally play a. Go ahead.
I was going to say, unfortunately, Leo, to Aries, in that wanting his quarter scale, Kylo Ren and his Rey.
Second brother.
Wow.
You know you want that, bro. Come on, bro. Go on.
Hey, look, you know I'm going to DM you about the head sculpt. You know that, right? You know that's coming.
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, well, me and Brother Cousins had to tag team up to come off the top rope and deliver the double elbow drop to Aries' idea there, unfortunately, of the definitely not ever going to come from Howard Chan.
Oh, yeah.
Because Howie Chan, still, if someone whispers in his ear when he's sleeping at night, he starts waking up in cold sweats and everything like that, and start thinking he's in 2017 again with having 5,000. What was it? All those troopers and stuff like that. The
snow troopers, the flame troopers. But the flame troopers sold out though. Yeah, that's dope. That's the sideshow version, right?
That's a sideshow version, and it sucks.
Wait. Where?
He said the sideshow.
Well, I was gonna say there, the head sculpt there looks.
I'll take it, baby, because I did.
The exclusive came with a Minoc.
Oh, the Minoc, dude.
Oh, wow.
It has a magnet on it, and I just stuck it to the back of the stand.
Wow.
Right.
But that's a genius idea, though.
Dude.
Yeah. The only problem is,
you got the Minoc biting them in the ass.
That looks more like you as Han Solo than Harrison Ford.
But that head looks like a young Joe Biden.
It really does.
That's funny. Even the Emperor's freaking laughing at that one.
Doesn't it really honestly seem more
really
like
the Minoc is better looking than the Han? So you have that.
Are you sure that? Are you sure?
Thanks, OG Fad.
Are you sure, Newsman, that it's not actually Star Wars Connect sideshow Han Solo figure? Because that does look more like Dancing Han.
No,
that's dancing game.
That is the sideshow Han Solo exclusive. I think there was only about 7.
Dude, you're giving Howard ideas on a Minoc.
Single songwriter probably know what I'm talking. Everybody probably knows what I'm talking about when I say this, right? That Han looks like 1979, 1980, 81, when you went and you wanted to dress up for Halloween and you had to go get the plastic mask with the rubber band around it. That's what that headscarf looks like. You can't unsee it now, bro. You cannot unsee it.
What it looks like.
That looks like if they had used the Harrison Ford mask.
Dude, Clinton got your figure.
I'm just trying to make Aries more jealous.
I am actually jealous. I want that freaking figure now because I waited too long. Oh my god, that's just too funny.
Oh, awful,
it is, bro.
It's. I thought I'd bring that out and share it with the class. Yuck.
So here's the thing. I want to bring this to Brother Cousins, and let's
sit on the couch.
Sitting on the. He's a space pimp. Come on, baby. Come on. All right. So a lot of people reach out and have said this would be great to have an Artisan. Would it be price wise though? And how? I mean, I don't know. How much would it be to do the hair like that? Would they do the whole freaking thing? Would they just do the top? Would they do the whole thing? Because isn't it fur? I mean, it'd be a lot of money. It's a lot of hair.
They would do it. They would do it all the way through the same way they did it before.
All right, so talk to me about price.
In today's standards, the see the thing we gotta look at like this. He's still Chewy. He still doesn't come with a lot. He doesn't. When you open up the package, he's naked. You know what I'm saying? So, but that is a lot of that's a lot of wool. That's a lot of wool, right? A lot of wool implantation, which I'm sure they mastered it at this point. And it isn't as hard as they try to sell it and make it to be. Okay.
No, I'm sure you're right. I know you're right.
Yeah, but I'm thinking in today's standards, still, this is about a I would say this is about a $400 figure. I would say that.
Wow, you would think it wouldn't even be. So I was thinking it would be more like $6.
Oh no,
no, you don't think so?
I think it's $4.
That makes me feel better.
I think it's $4.
They'll price it out doing that. If it went over $450, it would pretty much. I think people would stray away from it.
Yeah, because they couldn't do they couldn't do a non-artisan if they were going to go artisan, right? I mean, I guess how would they even do that? It would just be artisan. You can do that unless they went sculpted, which I doubt. I mean, they couldn't really because they're doing it with regular hair. It's
let's look at it like this. If they wanted to go a little, if they want to up it a little bit, they got to give us more accessories. But if he just comes with his bandolier and his bow and his blaster bow, if he just comes with that bowcaster, if he just comes with those, you're looking at $420. But if you're because we gotta remember $400 to $420, taking home out the door is every bit about $450. So you know it's gonna be a lot of money.
So check this out. You know why I believe so everybody's been talking about this. We've been talking about a black chrysanthemum. You know what I mean? Right? But we do know in 2024 that Lucasfilm, Disney, they're putting a lot of their marketing behind the Acolyte. There is a Wookiee Jedi.
Yeah, you're right. Wow.
They're putting a lot of their money behind marketing, and they know because I'm telling you, at Celebration, when that Wookiee walked out on stage in London, people went nuts to see a Wookiee Jedi. So that's what I'm saying, bro. They might, and there's a possibility that they can do that. And if that is possible, then we could get another Chewie. We could get it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm pissed that we didn't get a black chrysanthemum, bro.
Yeah.
So,
that's money left on the table right there alone.
Left on the table, bro.
I still think we can get it. I don't think they're going to abandon the Book of Boba line like that. I mean, they still got a ways to go.
Well, they do another Kenobi and they do it strictly from the comics. The Chrysanthemum and Kenobi had a run in at some point.
Yeah,
they had a run at some point. So there's still some room. And so still some room there. But I'm surprised that.
If they would have gave us a black chrysanthemum, bro, like that would have been an easy go. That would have been an easy, give me that.
No doubt.
An easy, give me that. Because the thing is, he's much bigger than Chewie. He is. He's way bigger than Chewie. So that would have been dope. That black and that white gray tint. Come on, man.
I'm surprised.
That actor in person, man, that dude is huge.
Tall, he is.
That dude is huge.
Yep.
Wow. I'm surprised. Like, we look at, and I mean, I get it. The Ahsoka line is amazing. I'm surprised we got as much from the Ahsoka. Well, not surprised, but I'm surprised we didn't get that. The Book of Boba Fett didn't get the same level of figures that we got from Ahsoka. I get it. I think the Ahsoka show is a little bit more celebrated. I think I could say that more than the Book of Boba Fett show was. But still, the Book of Boba Fett, character-wise and figure-wise, was very rich.
It still may not be done, as weird as it sounds, because, I mean, there could be a reason, because I don't even know why we don't have Andor figures yet. So they could be coming out with more of these. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think they're going to. We're getting, I think, everything from this Ahsoka line. which would
I
be
hope so.
great. I mean, I hope so too. I mean, it would be disappointing if we didn't. I mean, we got to get Ezra, right? I mean, for goodness sake.
Yeah,
We're getting
if we get Captain Rex, which they canceled the first one instead of like
I think they just
Splinter or Balin. Well, I'm just saying if they get now immediately he was. I mean,
Still
the
in
armor's
stock.
different, but yeah, I mean, I've seen people not be able to sell them for $170 on BSTs. The Rex.
Well,
So,
I mean that's with so many of the ones in stock, right, Lane? I've seen it with it's crazy.
Well, I mean, you've been pointing out just as the 401, everybody, make sure as you hit the like button here with everybody.
Hey,
and go check out the and go check out the market chart value show from this past Sunday. Yesterday was put out for everybody, and of course, as Aries will probably tell you about before letting you go tonight. There is also for members a new video that came up today with some interesting discussion, which some point this evening before I go to bed, I'm going to watch the actual last 7 or 8 minutes that I haven't been able to watch all day today. But
it's a drunk on coffee. It's a complete and whole drunk on coffee. And I'm pretty damn drunk. And I needed a lot of spotchka. But look, as we talked about Lucius Fox. I talk about Ra's al Ghul.
I heard Cobb Vanth is looking for who stole his spotchka. You know that.
Yeah, well, we're gonna talk. Yeah.
No, I was interested because obviously I'm getting here. I'm gonna have to go in a couple minutes, but before Lael has a chance to at some point maybe disappear so he can talk about American comics and stuff, which is always a plus and everything.
Oh, not
like
tonight.
that.
Not tonight.
Oh.
I'm not doing it tonight. I'm taking a break from it because I need to do some reformatting.
Well, they needed somebody to fill in for my glowing personality having to go bye-bye.
Well, Dane, before you continue, though, because I don't want to miss this opportunity, you're not really doing an unboxing tonight. You told me that you've got tickets and that you're getting together with friends with popcorn to watch this movie.
You burned him.
Yeah, Lael, Darth Jar Jar is not the Sith Lord. That Sith Lord is sitting currently to the left of me right now. If you had not figured that out by now.
Hey, Lane, check it out. It was definitely so yesterday it was a marathon on TNT. I actually watched it.
I'm sorry, you got to hurt your brain cells a little bit more.
I was down because I was down here putting the shelf together, so I was like, you know what?
I know you're talking about one of the most hated movies I had that has ever existed in history. It's up there with, I don't know, Yule Bowl, House of the Dead or something. And Yule Bowl, at least.
Hey,
I
Lane.
can laugh at it.
Lane, what would be worse, death by 1,000 paper cuts and being dipped into a vat of rubbing alcohol? Or being stuck in a room for 24 hours having to watch The Last Jedi.
Eternity? Oh, gee. Yeah. Give me the paper cuts.
Pick one.
Paper cuts, baby. Paper cuts all the way. But I wanted to ask because it's mental. It's either physical paper cuts or mental paper cuts as I slowly go insane over 1,000 years of mental digestion. But to all the panel here and also to the chat too, I wanted to ask for the rest of this month. So we've got 3 weeks left or 3.5 weeks, whatever, this month, since we're in the first full week. What do you think we will see for not announcement, but we could see for Hot Toys figures released? What do you guys would have? Now, my one would, and this is Star Wars. The one I personally want is not Star Wars, but I want the Batman to get released because I've got the Bat Cycle now. It's going to come charge me money here soon. But for Star Wars one, what do you guys feel? And it doesn't have to be multiple, just the one you think was most likely we could see. Now, we've had Cobb Vanth and stuff, so that was a long time coming. But just doesn't matter which series or whatever you think, but which one do you think we've seen announced that's been for a while? We could most likely see at least one of them you think we could see, or it's one you would really like to see, or whatever. It doesn't really matter. What do you think we'd see in this election? Not that we'll get it necessarily, but it'll at least be put out, so we'll be on the clock.
What's due out, and some of these, they could be late. Some of them they can put out early. So that's a hard one. I mean, honestly,
well, that's why I'm just saying one Star Wars one because I don't want you to take up 30 minutes talking about it. This is just more something.
I don't know. I mean,
you said one Star Wars figure?
you think could be released by the end of this month. And it could be which one you think. It doesn't have to be necessarily 100 you think, or maybe you would like the most or whatever. I don't want to put.
I want to say
released or revealed.
Already
Announced.
out for pre-order. Will come out.
Announced.
Like one announced already.
Star Wars
like
figure?
We have Grand Inquisitor coming.
Honestly, probably the 501st.
I was going to say Reva.
I'm with that. Reva.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing,
Reva.
bro. Like, it could be Reva. It could be, or they might push it like they're pushing everything else. Like they pushed Vader, like they pushed Obi-Wan. It could be Reva. If it's Reva, I'd be super happy. But I won't get it until after the new year anyway, because I got it through Sideshow. So
I think we'll get Kenobi. Honestly, I think we're gonna get Kenobi Vader right before
right
before New Year, right before.
I think you're right.
Right before
I think you're
release,
right.
like the
Charlie
end of the year.
I forgot about that.
Kenobi Vader's going to drop.
Dude, how's that Kenobi going to look with the final production photos?
I hope they update it. I hope they update it.
I bet you it's going to be killer, bro.
I heard it's already done. I heard it's already done.
What's done?
The Kenobi Vader.
What do you think it's going to be the same? Like, is it going to be the prototype like we got with Cobb Vanth, or is it going to be? Is it going to be an upgrade? What do you think, Jay?
I think it's going to be like I think it's going to be just like with the prototype, just like what we saw.
What, the
that's
Kenobi?
what they've been doing.
The Kenobi figure?
Yeah. The Kenobi Vader.
The Vader. Okay.
Yeah. I think
Well,
gonna be
Charlie
exactly
Unicorn
prototype.
did bring up, because everybody is getting that notification about Paz Vizsla. So that's going to probably be the next Star Wars figure to drop.
Yeah,
soon.
that might be tonight. Like,
that's going to be sometime this week.
Really?
Yeah.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, that notifications goes because Ray from Underground hit me up to let me know.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's coming soon. Yeah, that's coming soon.
That makes sense because that's easy. That was easy money right there. That makes sense.
Could see a notification too for Mace Windu.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because he's pretty much paid off.
I'm looking at it right now. January 2024 is when the window opens.
Yeah, but that'd be the same for the Anakin and
Can they
too, and the Super Battle Droid.
I think I would say Mace would probably be like either March. I would actually say that it would have been March. Yeah, because the thing is, it's of the ones that were basically, because they still got so many different figures to satisfy from that list, even non-Star Wars. They still got Marvel figures to basically satisfy. That Dead Strange, Morbius, Scarlet Witch, from Multiverse of Madness. Like they still have that slate to fulfill.
Where's all the Obi-Wan figures? Like all
Toby, right? Toby Maguire.
Toby Maguire too.
Toby, yeah, that should be coming soon. Yep.
Toby Maguire
They just forgot about damn Morbius. What the hell?
I know, it's crazy, and it's still scheduled for December.
Of that one.
When's the Mighty Thor and the Thor supposed to come out?
Well, that's between now and March.
Yep.
Wow.
We're in the October to March kind of time frame for a lot of the quote on time figures right now.
Yeah. Yep. So again, it's going to be those.
And we still
figures.
got the Batman too that hasn't been released.
Exactly, but yet
and that one's later.
And Catwoman. That's another one. Yeah. So it's still those to fulfill first, before anything else right now, man. Like so.
I wonder if that hair changes. I wonder if it changes.
We're all feeling our wallets getting slighter as we talk about this, and maybe this wasn't the best question. This wasn't the best question.
Aries, I'm with you. I hope they just do a little surprise with us and just update that hair. I know they won't, but it would be very nice if they did for that Catwoman.
It would be
Selena Kyle. Yep.
That would be a freaking coffee spiller if Howard would do that, and a nice bone to throw, baby. I mean, to me, that would be a nice gesture, Jay, if they did that.
Mm-hmm. I think honestly, there's a chance. Hear me out. There's a chance that they may, and the only reason why I'm saying that is because they know right now NR is really rocking and rolling.
Yes,
with the WB.
But they had the delay stuff though recently too. Their next two releases. So this is the window to get some stuff out and create. This is the time where they can create positive buzz going into the new year, because probably when they might be on, the hiatus mode that all 160L content creators hate. They're the late with that part of the winter.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what.
Stuff.
But that's what I'm saying. I think right now, just because they don't have that much WB stuff, they never really went full in Hot Toys on their WB line outside of your Jokers, outside of the Dark Knight stuff. I think this would be a good opportunity for them to be like, hey, we can really throw down some shit when we want to, especially for their DC collectors, and really give that Selena Kyle some rooted hair. I know it's wishful thinking, but I think that way, if they did the Artisan
it's
style
still up
hair,
for
why
pre-order.
not?
It's not like it waitlisted or anything like that. Some sideshow. So
yeah,
they must have produced it. Because remember, that's from, isn't it January 2021 or something like that? That was, or end of December 2020. I mean, I have it on. I've had it. It's my first Hot Toys pre-order that I did to my LCS. I've gotten 4 or 5 figures since I did that one from them.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I got a bolt, guys. I apologize. I didn't mean to. Sorry, Aries, if I got us kind of going too off.
No, Lane, go ahead. I know you're cold. I'll leave you with this and get out of here. Go ahead.
Oh, really? You're cold?
Hey, you know what? It was finally cool just to see that scene was worth it, just for getting to see the bowcaster actually do something. That's the one thing we can say for the sequel trilogy. We got to see some of the stuff actually do stuff and everything we didn't get to in the original.
Well,
anyway, everybody, it was awesome being with you guys tonight as always.
Here's where I want to go. Here's where I want to go, and I want to go with Jay on this first before I go to everybody else. Jay, you got this head sculpt. Now, saw your video. A lot of reviews are coming out. You're doing Wolverine right now as well. So let's talk about both of these.
Okay.
The videos are showing a different tale. I feel like Lael talked about expectations about some of the figures coming out, and I about some figures that may or may not get announced. I say we may need to do that with some of these production photos from these bloggers that come out. Maybe let's not count our chickens one way or the other until they're hatched, meaning until we get it in hand. I really think this was just like the prototype, I'll be honest with you, which is really, really good for me and looks great. I almost feel that Hot Toys just needs to, when they put this out, put out a video and don't do any fancy background. Why do we collect these? I'm looking at them right in front of me. Do you see them in back of me? It's because they look like you, baby. They look like me, baby. They look like the real thing. Just show it with no background, show it raw, and say, here it is. Yeah. What do you think? Whenever JC Hong freaking does that, or just shows the head sculpt on the desk or whatever, it looks great. Mm-hmm. Why do all these fancy backgrounds?
I mean, people want to see the figure. They want to see the photo of the figure. They want it to look as realistic as possible. The whole illusion of Hot Toys is it a human? Is it a toy? And I think a lot of times I've seen, even back in the day, I remember seeing people. I remember watching somebody do a piece on the Metro. It's a magazine we used to get called the Metro, and they did a picture. And they were talking about Jeremy Renner and the Avengers, and it was a picture of a Hot Toy. And I was all the way back then. So I think what they do is they just want to show these figures in environments. But I agree with you. When the head sculpt is on the desk and he's just showing it and just, under natural light, you can definitely see that, how good it really is. This figure right here is very strange to me. And I'm going to tell you why. Because sometimes I look at it, I can definitely, even in doing a video, I'm actually looking at it right now, and I'm kind of a ways from it. From a ways looking at it, I can definitely see that that's Cobb Vanth. I can even see that it looks like Timothy Oliphant a little bit. Now, when I look at it up closely and I turn it to the side, it starts losing it a little bit. When I look on it dead on, I can see Timothy Oliphant a little bit. It's a very strange sculpt. But one thing I will say about it, This is damn near exactly what we've seen in the prototype. This is exactly what they sold us. We're getting exactly what they sold us. So for anybody that's like, oh my God, I don't want this anymore, or I'm going to cancel my this is exactly what you pre-ordered. That's what it is, you know. So I think what it is now with the rise of NR, with the rise of them actually knocking out these head sculpts, you know, just about 80% of the time, I think I think our expectations has changed since this was released, and that's really what's going
That's a
on.
good point too, because I think they
Yep,
have.
they
I
are.
really,
That's
really
exactly what
do.
it is. Yep.
And you know, I think you've got Wolverine in hand, right? I mean, you wouldn't want to go
Yep.
grab that head sculpt, would you? Real quick, and kind of show it on
No, I would love to, but he's
here.
still in the box right now. So, but
Man,
no,
I
I can't wait to
can't
get to
wait to
that.
see. But I mean,
Yep.
Brent, let's go to you with this because I didn't get an opportunity to talk to you about get your opinion on this or the Wolverine. But you know, from what Jay said here, I think this is exactly what the prototype was, and so that's pretty good if you can match the prototype. It's a good point what he was saying too that we've got even better since this was first announced. But I really feel that I want them to do more just a plain video and show me the darn thing and not necessarily worry about the background because sometimes they do a really good job. But remember with Rey from Rise of Skywalker and remember with the Lando from The Empire Strikes Back, remember with the Kylo with the sometimes these backgrounds are just awful. Then when you see the freaking video, you're like, wow, looks pretty good. Looks real good. Looks amazing. So I don't know. I think they need to get better sometimes at these. And when I see the blogger photos, I'm like, okay, let me see, for instance, MRC Collection Ventures video. Then I'm going to know. Like I saw his Wolverine one, Jay. We were
Yeah,
talking that. I'm like, dude, that freaking Wolverine looks sick. It
looks
looks sick.
amazing.
I can't wait to see yours. But go ahead, Brent. What do you think?
I haven't seen the Wolverine one yet, so maybe you can pull those up and we can compare those. But I think this one here, I agree with Jay 100%. I mean, you know, this looks exactly like the imagery that we saw when this figure was originally announced a year or so ago. The figure looks outstanding. The head sculpt looks identical to Timothy Oliphant. I think the figure looks, excellent. I'm looking forward to getting it. It was a day one pre-order for me. I'm expecting to get my my email any day now that this is going to be shipping at some point, and I can't wait to add him to my collection. Put him on my Boba Fett shelf. It'll be like adding another version of Boba Fett to my Boba Fett's.
I love this guy, dude.
No, he's great,
Yeah.
and there's so much more story to mine out of him. I mean, I mean, people could say what they want to say about the Book of Boba Fett, but when you dedicate end credit scene to him, that says something, in my opinion. They could have given that to anybody, but they gave it to him. Why? So there's more to come there, in my opinion, and what it's going to be, we'll have to wait and see. But I'm looking forward to seeing more from Cobb Vanth and what his story will be ultimately, and how he's going to be woven maybe into Mandalorian season 4, or maybe even Ahsoka or something like that. But I think the figure looks fantastic. I'm very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, and this one right here, second brother, and I'm gonna pull this up here. This looks so freaking good. It really does. And I think second brother's not there. So Leo, brother, Jay, are you gonna do a review on this?
Yeah, the review. Oh, absolutely. I'm actually working on it right after I get off.
So, what is your expectation on this in hand?
This is the figure I wanted more than anything this year. This one and the Kenobi Vader are like the figures that I've been dying to get my hands on all year. So I got big anticipation for this one. I usually don't like looking at reviews until I do my own, but I did sneak a peek at Reagan's because Reagan, that's our guy. I love MRC. He's
Mhm.
awesome, and I just had to see it because the head sculpt, even though I think it looks great here, it is different from the prototype. And that was the thing. It is different. I think the prototype was a little more narrow. This one seems to be a tad wider.
So this one was different than the Cobb Vanth, that they went different on this.
Exactly. Yes. Yep.
Now, why do you think they did that on this one?
I think honestly that has something to do with. I think honestly it has something to do with a production thing. I don't know if it's something how it got, something when it went to production and something happened where it got stretched. I don't know. But it's just not it's the prototype. The head sculpt was much thinner. And I just think that when it went into production, it just changed somehow. Could have been anything. Could have been temperature. It could have been several things go on. When production of these figures happen. So it could have been something like that. But the end result of the figure, I look at it and I see Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. It looks good to me. It's not a deal breaker. Is it different than the prototype? Yes. Is it a deal breaker? No. I love the tailoring. I love the head sculpt. Even though I wish I got the head sculpt from the prototype, this is still a damn good head.
All right, so am I crazy when I watched, like, maybe I'm crazy when I watched Regan's and I kind of just scanned through it real quick. I thought it looked better than this. I thought it looked like really, really good.
Yeah, no, I think the videos, these pictures aren't doing it justice in my opinion. It looks good, but I do think what I've seen in the video, it looks even, and especially in Regan's video, it looked way better. It looked way better.
I didn't see it look like this. It almost looks like disproportionate a little bit. Do you agree on this picture? But it didn't look like that from his video footage.
Nope. It's all about lenses and who takes the picture. And I mean, I always say a picture says 1,000 words, but video says more. So just depends on who's filming it and who's shooting it.
Leo, Eamon, what do you think about this? Did you check out some of the videos? Did you see Regan's? Or I mean, I didn't see some of this disproportion here on this. I feel like it looked. I mean, this is not a bad picture here. I think it looks really good. I can't wait to get my hands on it.
It does. It definitely does. I think. I mean, I always watch Regan's video. I got all his notifications, so as soon as he pops up, I just watch it. And he, not only just articulation, paint app. He just goes through the whole nine. And the video is dope. Like, I think, pretty much with him, it's quality. That's the selling point, is when we see people like, Regan, Jay, and everybody else who does reviews, you get a chance to see it for what it really is. Not, I've been saying, bro, you can look at this photo right now. You can tell that it's been photoshopped, or, they've added so many filters, way too many filters on this. So it's filtered down to the point that it's taken away from the realism of the figure itself. So, I think they need to scale back on those filters a bit.
Leo, what do you think about using? I don't know. I mean, what about just putting out just a raw video and just saying, here it is, kind of like what they did with the every time that they put out a figure, final production, just kind of put out a small little.
I think. Well, what do you mean? Is that as opposed to like just the photos we get?
Yeah, instead of using it, just putting out a.
Well, I like the reason why I like the photos is because it's telling us what's coming. It's the excitement around. I felt the same way about every figure that we actually get. Because here's the thing, bro. Like, we know that they're well capable of taking really good photos. It's just that you win some, you lose sometimes. So they can take really good photos. I just think that again, they just kind of scale back on the filters. But I just love that. I love the anticipation of waking up in the morning, grabbing my phone and saying, oh, this is what was released. You know what I mean? It's just that they have to do it the right way. So if they do it right, then we're all good. You know what I mean? So, or give us both. Just give us both. Why not? I mean, they do it. Hot Toys does that anyway.
Both would be good. Yes.
They do that anyway. They'll give us an actual video on it. So just give us both.
All right. Last thing. And I'm going to go before the last topic I want to talk about today. And second brother, I'm going to go to you and start off with you on this. There has been an enormous, and I mean enormous amount of discount opportunities within the secondary market and also in the primary market, even at some retailers like Sideshow. And you know that they have a couple of events coming up. We've got, I don't know, something to 12 days of Christmas or 15 days or whatever it is. And I'm wondering from your perspective, we've seen up to 35% off, 45% off with the Black Friday and the Cyber Monday deals that they have right now. You can see right up on here for Sideshow, for instance, buy one, get one 50% off. Are we going to get with the 12 days of Christmas or this year with some events, are some of these going to get blown out and discounted even more than what we've seen before to kind of make room for new stuff? What say you on that?
I don't think so. Hold tight. You guys still hear me, right?
I can hear you, brother.
Oh, okay. Okay. This camera keep going out. But
because I was surprised that some of them, like buy one get one's a pretty good deal.
Well, you know, some of the deals they've been throwing around since the end of summer is that, you know, some of these deals are rehashed. You know, all of us know they don't want to sit on dead stock. So this is pretty much their last stand. You know, they did they buy one get one 50% off last year, and you know, I don't see much of a change of like what they have done before, but the market is pretty much it's kind of on this weird, right along with the economy. It's right along this weird track where everyone is like kind of holding their wallets to see who's going to pull the trigger first to get the biggest discount. So, I mean, the stuff that we see here, I think it might be at Christmas. Some people going to throw, you know, go ahead and just buy some of these things just to fill some stockings and throw them up underneath the tree. But I don't think they would get discounted no deeper than already they discounted now. Just to say that they're not going to do that.
I know. I mean, it would be like insane because Jay, you jumped on the Captain America, right? When it was 35% off. This one I'm showing up here, the 2012. Did you jump on that?
Did Jay drop off? I don't think he did.
Jay disappeared.
Oh, hold on. I got him in the background. Here he is. He's kind of waving his hand.
There we go.
Sorry.
Sorry. Yes.
Did you hear what I said, Jay? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. I did jump on that one. Yep. So I got that one on pre-order.
35% was pretty, because I was eyeballing that. They had the freaking the heavy Thor, right? Yep. From Infinity War as well.
Yep.
I got a couple I told you about as well, and I picked up another quarter scale Grogu. But I mean 35% is pretty good. They had some, I mean, how are some of these like not gone? Like when you look at Throbbing and you look at freaking how's Clone Wars Mall not gone?
They got so much in stock. And we're getting so much. So you got to remember, it's so much out there now. And I mean, you have not only just 1/6 scale figures anymore. You got props, you got statues, you got quarter scale figures, and you got new figures coming out on top of figures. You know, it's figures on top of figures right now. And then they just have so much. And the thing of it is, they have to have enough in stock because they always want when people to come and like Big Bro was just saying, they want to have those stocking stuffers. People, hey, I want to get you a gift. Let me go ahead and get you this figure and stuff. They got to have stuff in stock. Not everything is just going to be out of stock because at the end of the day, they're a store. So they got to have it. But when you're looking at stuff like any of that in-game stuff or any of those figures, that stuff is going to be in stock. But they learn. they can't do that anymore. But a lot of this stuff that has been sitting, they're gonna get it. But I mean, be honest with you, I think the stock numbers, it's hard because in some ways I see what they're doing. Like it's something like RoboCop. I couldn't get that. My wait list never converted for RoboCop. I ended up having to get that from Ray. Shout out to Ray Hawkworth. I had to get that from Ray. But a lot of other stuff, it seems like if you get on the wait list and you're a patient, you'll get it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's still I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate on that. But
Like,
I
look
do
at this
think
here.
they have a
I
lot
mean,
in
like,
stock.
$130. That's a lot of stock. And you're seeing this like with the Lando 2 Lail as well. Like, I don't know how the Lando Lail is not gone. Honestly. Or how these are not gone. I mean, how many did they freaking make?
The point is how many did Sideshow invest in? Because they invested in a lot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, like, you know, this is the situation that we're going to possibly run into with Mace, and it's sad because we've been asking for a Mace Windu figure for the longest time. I'm surprised he hasn't gone to waitlist at this point. You know what I mean?
Because you look at something like this, and wow, I mean, for a freaking clone trooper, 335 just because it went on wait. I don't know why Mace did. Do you think Mace is
glad I got my clone troopers? I'm so glad I didn't pass on these son bitches.
I think Mace is going to be around because that Samuel L. Jackson, they put a lot. You know, they paid a mint for that likeness to re-up with that likeness.
Yeah.
So they made a lot of. They want that readily available for anybody to go in and get it. So
guys,
I think that's going to be around.
But you know what? You know what'll probably happen though? He'll probably sit for a little bit, and I'm gonna tell you why. He'll sit for a tiny bit, not too long, but a tiny bit, because once that Clone Wars. The Clone Wars Palpatine drops. Like once that version drops, then people are going to want that Mace to kind of, you know, even though they're two different IPs at that point, people are going to want to get that figure to have him versus Mace. So that it'd be a decent companion piece to have with that figure. You know what I mean? But I mean, again, we could be surprised, and he may go waitlist soon. I don't know. But I'm just surprised it hasn't happened already because everybody wanted it, and I know I'm definitely getting it. That's a no-brainer.
So
when Mace is up for sale and is finally released, watch what happens. Watch Django.
Yep.
Django's gonna fly.
Hell yeah.
Django's gonna fly.
Django's gonna fly, and then the situation with Mace is gonna turn into like a dark side Anakin. It's gonna sit, and people are gonna sleep on it, and all of a sudden,
that Django gonna go.
You know, hopefully our wishes will come true that the Book of Boba Fett would be the storyline with Mace, and hopefully that happens. You know, the stars align right, and then next thing you know, everybody's trying to jump on it. But I think it's going to be a situation with Mace, just like Darkseid Anakin.
Here's my theory. I actually think, just like what happened with the Attack of Clones Wave 2, which is a little bit weird that the Anakin has been gone for a little bit, but I think right before they're ready to put these out of nowhere, the super battle droid, the Padme, and the Mace, they're just going to go, and it'll be on wait list, but right before it comes out. That's my prediction on those. I think they wanted to leave them up, Jay, for a little bit to kind of, they waited for a Mace for a long time. Brent, that Padme for a long time. I don't get the super battle droid. They're kind of all these clones and troopers now. They're starting to go. Everything's going on wait list. I think it's out of nowhere. All three, boom, 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 gone on wait list because those three are a little bit of an anomaly. Like, why are they still out? But I think it's just going to happen any day.
Yeah,
could.
Yep.
But we'll see you there. But listen, guys, this has been. I'm kind of. We're here at 10:30. We're almost up at 2 hours. I think this is good. Let me pass it around real quick. Lail, you first.
What's up, man?
What's going on? I mean, it's the holiday season. I know you got say what right? Probably coming up on
say
Wednesday.
what Wednesday we have. If we get something released tonight, it'll be a corner episode tomorrow after Jay. If we get a release, we'll see that. Then we have, of course, Figure Flex Friday, Collectors Lounge International on Sunday. If I can get all the figures up in this that I want to get in this display by this weekend, and I'll finally finish my collection tour and get that out. But yeah, keep in mind that we are still doing the Christmas initiative as well, full-fledged. So again, all donations, super chats that we get are going to go towards making sure the family and kids can have gifts. But at the same time, if you are listening, Christmas initiative, make sure that you go out, buy a gift for someone who needs it. If you're in your location, whether it's a children's hospital or, also, those who are veterans, make sure that you actually show them some love as well. Just go full-fledged on that, man. I'm really, really adamant about the initiative, especially for the holidays for those who are homeless and less fortunate. So yeah, that's it, man. Thank you for having me.
No, it's all great having you here, and great stuff, Lael. Jay, let's go to you, brother. I know you're working on. Talk to me a little bit about that Wolverine and what's going on. Best of the best.
Yeah, so we'll be working on as soon as I get off here, I'm jumping in and working on Wolverine. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get this out. My thing is to try to have this filmed and edited tonight and post it tonight. Tomorrow morning. I probably won't have it up until like 12 because I got a feeling there's something else that's coming tomorrow. So we'll see. But no, I'll get that review up, and if anything drops tomorrow morning, I'll definitely do a morning. I'll definitely do a wake up call for that. Absolutely. And then we got Best of the Best on Thursday. So yeah, and then the whole process rotates again, my brother. So thank you so much for having me here. I had a wonderful conversation with all of y'all, and yeah, let's just keep it doing. Let's keep it moving.
Let's keep it rolling. And Eric asked giveaway tonight. So if you watch my last two videos, I'm holding them to the 3rd annual Christmas Eve morning with Aries. Coming up here, Christmas Eve morning. And is it possible we'll be giving away a couple of giveaways? And I at least have to do this once tonight. And I say, yes, absolutely. We're going to have, I think I heard, Brother Cousins, that the Space Pimp for the 3rd year in a row is going to be like hosting the Christmas Eve morning with the Dark Jedi or the Hot Toys Wizard.
I haven't heard from him in a while. He's been off world, but I think that's going to happen, Aries. I think it's been a while. It's been a long time since Space Pimp came through. So I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, you know what, Eric? It's definitely the season of giving, and definitely, really excited to have given away the 3 Hot Toys figures that we were able to give away right at Thanksgiving for November, and we're going to do it again on Christmas Eve morning with Aries. So right now, I'm going to put that banner up this week. So you're going to be seeing it sitting, and they're probably going to go live. Like, what do we usually do, Jay? Like 9:30 in the morning. So it'll go up there like then on Christmas Eve morning, and we'll be on there for a couple of hours. We'll have a couple of giveaways. We'll have a bunch of interruptions. We'll have some guests. Hopefully, we'll have everybody here on this panel that could pop in or be in there for sure. But you got that coming up, 6 Scale Cantina. So book that on your calendars for sure. With me, obviously, we got a brand new market chart show that is up. So, check that out. And probably next Raw, I'm going to be telling you what videos you got to comment on, what you got to do, besides believe, to be able to enter those couple of giveaways on the Christmas Eve special. Of course, if Bail Organa comes out tomorrow, I'm going to go live, baby. If the Bestman Han comes out, if any of this stuff comes out, that is going to blow me away. You'll see me come out with a live and raw out of nowhere or whatnot. I'll be on Best of the Best on Saturday. I'll be putting out some stuff. Brand new Drunk on Coffee did come out today just for Cantina Insiders. I know some of you have been waiting for quite a little bit. So if you're interested in that, check out the channel and join that. But yeah, for sure. And Brent, second brother, good having you both in here, baby, for sure. What a great show tonight, gentlemen. Glad to have you in there. Both of you should do a channel together. Come up with something. The second brother newsman channel or something. Hope you guys get one soon.
I could get my channel off the ground as soon as I could sit my butt down in the chair instead of me traveling every 2 weeks and going somewhere. Hopefully I could, at least sit down for 2 weeks and stare at the walls. That's almost kind of famous pastime. I'm surprised my house didn't talk to me, but I pull up like, oh, you're the owner. Traveling so much. But thanks for having me. This time of year, it's one of those things that you always got to think about when it's the holidays and family, and always reinforce that. Family, looking out for people that's less fortunate. That's what the holidays are about.
Yeah.
And I was actually in the I was in the Caribbean about 2 weeks ago, and let me tell you, I had so much of a good time, and it brought me back to my childhood, where people were nice, people weren't at each other's throat, the pure basic things. And I think everybody should have an opportunity to go to another country where it will show you material really doesn't mean anything. Because that whole time I was there, then I spent that one dime, but I had the best time I had in 20 years.
Wow.
But with that being said, everybody, this is the season to be looking out for one another, not worrying about buying gifts, just being a human being and just being right to everybody.
And I think that's very well said, and it's a giving time of year, and very, very well said. And hey, just shout out to everybody out there. That's the whole purpose of this community and communities. If you're feeling lonely, you're feeling any kind of stuff like that, get involved in your community, reach out to, places like this, or places with your community people, man. Reach out. Yeah. Get involved. And, that's why we do this, man. That's why I do this. I love hanging out. I love being able to be here with everybody on the panel, and it's good to have a community of people you could talk to and share some of these things with. And if you know somebody that needs a lift up, give them a call, shoot them a text, see how they're doing, buy them a cup of coffee, spill some coffee, don't spill it on them, but share a cup of cheer together. And I don't know, it's all just good, but really, really good stuff, guys. Love what you're doing, Lael. Love what you're doing, brother Cousins. Great stuff. Second brother. Newsman, I hope you hear from Mark Hamill on Twitter or something, and get me an Artisan, Luke. But listen,
try.
Everybody, I got to end it like this. Got to open a spotchka. I don't always buy coffee out or spill spotchka, but when I do, I do it right here at the 6 Scale Cantina. Stay thirsty, my friends.
All right, but this is the last time.
Bye.